Welcome to Snyder's Inc., where the fun never ends. Reactions, gaming, and more with Josh as your friend. Tune in, buckle up, it's a ride you don't wanna miss. Snyder's Inc., let's dive in, feel the ultimate bliss.
Hello everybody, welcome to Snyder's Inc. And today we have got Parts Unknown 13 Worst Wrestling Matches of 2023. We won't get right into it, ladies and gentlemen. The like button, subscribe, and comment your thing down below. Let's go!
The time has come for us all to reflect on the year that has been. I shouldn't have believed this year would be different for the Maple Leafs. Editor Adam shouldn't have annoyed Luke on that one Survival series. And these folks shouldn't have had these matches. Quite honestly, 2023 has been a phenomenal year for the quality of wrestling. We are in the work rate generation, and that doesn't appear to be slowing down year over year, which makes a list like this pleasantly difficult to write. However, it must be done. We simply must spend our Christmas season wringing out the last ounces of negativity from our 2023s so we may enjoy our 2024 full of positivity. Happy holidays! I'm Tempest hailing from Parts Unknown, and these are the 13 worst wrestling matches of 2023.
Let me paint you a picture. You've completed.
Ooh!
Number 13.
Ooh! Interesting start. Jay White and MJF. A 30-minute main event is on the worst matches of 20. This is gonna be one I feel like they don't want to put on here, but this isn't, because this is insanity. But this is that match is a situation of if they had not done the big storyline angle at the start of it, the start of the show with the guns attacking MJF and all that, this wouldn't have gone the hate it did. But this reached the point of Super Cena, Super Charlotte, Super Bianca, whatever you want to call it. Just pure overcomes any odds and wins for MJF, and it kind of got ridiculous.
13. Jay White versus MJF, Full Gear. Bell to bell, not one of the worst wrestling matches of 2023, but ultimately, MJF versus Jay White was simply not the match that people wanted to watch, especially as the main event of one of AEW's biggest pay-per-views of the year. I'm still not quite sure what the thought process was behind the structure of this match. Maybe they thought Jay White losing in just a straight wrestling match would be worse for him, but ask anyone who watched this and they will tell you how weak Jay White looked coming out of this match.
That's the thing, Jay White looks like a bitch. Because because he can't even beat a one-legged MJF. With all the help of the freaking Bang Bang Gang, or whatever the hell they're called, Bullet Club Gold, he still couldn't get the job done against a one-legged, injured MJF. Makes him look really bad.
Against the one-legged man who did in fact win the ass-kicking contest. MJF's injured knee, Adam Cole taking his place, and the eventual match we got were simply too much smoke and too many mirrors. Whoa. Number 12, Jamie Hayter versus Toni Storm, Double or Nothing.
This is because Jamie Hayter was hurt and they had to get the belt off of her and put it on Toni Storm. So this one I understand why it went the way it did. It still has to be on the list, but I understand why it was there.
Jamie Hayter and Toni Storm are more the victims of circumstance than the perpetrators of shitty wrestling, but unfortunately the bell did ring to signify the start and end of a wrestling match, and what took place in the time in between was not good. Thus, it ends up here. Jamie Hayter was the best thing happening in the AEW women's division during the first half of 2023, but then the injury bug bit her in the bum, and well, we had to get the women's title off her. What took place at Double or Nothing was caught in a purgatory between an angle and a match, as the Outcast jumped Jamie and injured her shoulder before the match begins. Then, Jamie continues to fight, and the Outcast remove the turnbuckle and spray Jamie in the eyes with the spray paint, and bump the ref, all for the finish to go horribly wrong as Jamie gets lightly pushed and then runs halfway across the ring to hit the exposed buckle. I give the match a slight pass as Hayter was working hurt, but this was just too long for a screwjob match and not long enough for a real match. Number 11, Bobby Lashley versus Brock Lesnar.
I didn't mind mind this match. I feel like it probably just because we saw it multiple times. But I didn't mind this match. The finish fucked me up. The finish confused me. That's all I'll give to that, because the finish of the match is... The rivalry ended off a low blow. And not even like a low blow into a finish. Just a low blow DQ is how the rivalry ended. This was a bad idea. The finish fucked this entire match up to me. Now, I feel like they'll shit over the whole thing. To me, it's just the finish fucked this whole match up.
Lesnar, Elimination Chamber. How have we gotten 3 separate Brock Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley matches on WWE pay-per-view, only for none of them to be the Haas fight we all want them to be? Rumble 22 was more about Roman and Heyman than it was about Lesnar and Bobby. Crown Jewel 22 was a bizarre squash with Bobby dominating Brock until he gets rolled up. And then this match at Elimination Chamber was just to set up... well, I'm not quite sure what exactly. Obviously, Bray Wyatt was meant to end up involved with one of these behemoths at WrestleMania, but like a 4.5-minute match with a low blow DQ finish? Who did that help, and why has that been the last time Brock and Bobby have decided to involve themselves in each other's business?
That's the problem. Why? Because if I'm them and I knew this was Bray was ill and like, hey, Bray can't make it for Mania, my first thought is we'll do a rematch between them two, because them two can still work together and them two have unfinished business because of the DQ. So you have a reason to continue that feud. This case, instead, they just ended the feud and haven't fought again. It's very odd.
If that's the final chapter between them, this will be remembered as one of the most bizarre trilogies of matches in WWE history. Number 10, Chris Statlander versus Jade Cargill, Double or Nothing.
Oh, I feel bad for this. This just was a bad plan. This was bad in thought, on paper, and execution. Because it's Chris Statlander is gonna fight Jade Cargill after Jade Cargill's already defended the title once and is going to win. So Chris is picking on her, already had a match Jade Cargill and beating her. Like, it doesn't come off babyface like the way it was supposed to.
Paper, Chris Statlander beating Jade Cargill was probably the right call, and might have happened much earlier had Chris Stat not gotten hurt in 2022. But call me crazy, I don't think anybody watching AEW thought Cargill's 2-year undefeated streak would end in a 40-second match, unadvertised, after she had already won another match clean. But that's what happened, and thankfully everyone really likes Chris Statlander, so the celebration of her return and first title win meant that some of the criticism of this bizarre booking was drowned out by the cheers from across the galaxy. I'm not going to say that the moves performed in this 40-second match were done badly or anything, but just what a bizarre choice this all was.
Agreed.
Number 9, Adam Cole versus Chris...
Yep, Chris Jericho ruins everything. I'm sorry, this year is the perfect example of that thing. Chris Jericho ruins just fucking everything. I don't know what the hell. This has just not been Jericho. Jericho has just been doing bullshit after bullshit after bullshit after bullshit. Not a fan of Chris Jericho at this moment.
Chris Jericho, Double or Nothing. This is the 3rd match on this list from AEW Double or Nothing, so you would probably be right in assuming this was AEW's weakest pay-per-view event of 2023. But while the preceding 2 matches made this list for unfortunate circumstances, this one was just plain bad. Some of you will remember this as the...
I'm more shocked how much AEW's on this list. AEW has been on this list, hold on. 1, 2, 3... 4 times already so far. 4 times on this list has been AEW. It's not been AEW's year.
Sabu match, where ECW legend Sabu was involved for... well, honestly, I'm still waiting for someone to give me a reason why Sabu was there, but he was only around for a couple minutes at the start. What about the rest of the match? Was that any good? I mean, really, that depends on your taste. Personally, I have seen enough Adam Cole plunder matches to say I don't think they're a strength of his. It always feels like they're trying to find creative spots with weapons rather than using their surroundings to actually tell the story of the match, and that was the case here. Add in Jericho not being able to get all the way over on a Panama Sunrise, and the ref calling off this unsanctioned match because Cole was hitting Jericho too much, which I know was Jericho's idea because he did the same finish in his unsanctioned match with Shawn Michaels at Unforgiven 2008, and the people booed the babyface then too, Chris! Maybe it's time to retire this f***ing finish! And all in all, I just don't think this match was the...
Little heated tempest. A little heated tempest. I think we'll get a little angry tempest.
Exciting blow-off AEW was hoping it would be. Number 8, Austin Theory.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, this match was fucking bad. This match was fucking dog shit. Oh yeah, this match was fucking terrible. Yeah. John Cena had no care at all to be in this match. He did not want to be in this match at all. Austin Theory, yeah, this was just dog shit. This was bad.
Theory versus John Cena, WrestleMania 39, Night 1. I have a theory. An Austin theory. If you're gonna tell everyone that your wrestler sucks, maybe make sure he doesn't actually suck first. Austin Theory was not having a good run as United States champion to begin with, and then John Cena reappeared in WWE to let us all know how worthless Austin Theory was. This is a bold strategy for getting over a younger star, and not one that paid off for them, Cotton. Because sure, if Cena says that Theory is trash, and then they go out and have a great match and Theory wins, then yeah, Cena is disproven. But if you say Theory sucks, and then he has this match with John Cena with no intrigue and a simple low blow 8-count down 1-2-3 finish, then beating John Cena does nothing except make Cena look worse. I genuinely hope I never have to watch this match again. Number 7, Roman Reigns.
Yeah, that match was bad. This match is so sad. I am so sad every time I hear about this match. Because this should have been so much better. This should have been better. This was the ending of a 3-year fucking storyline, and they somehow still fucked it up, and it was bad. This match should not be on this list, but it has to be. Damn.
Reigns versus Jey Uso, SummerSlam. Man, if you had told me in 2020 after Roman Reigns and Jey Uso had 2 classic matches at Clash of Champions and Hell in a Cell that the big Roman versus Jey storyline payoff would have been this unsatisfying, I would have been utterly heartbroken. We might get another match between them down the line, but for now, boy, what a disappointment the SummerSlam match was. 36 whole minutes of Roman Reigns' slow burn trash talk match might work when people really get into the second half when they think Roman has a chance of losing, but 36 whole minutes of Roman Reigns walking around berating his cousin, who no one thinks is going to actually win, is just no buys. However, when you add in the fact that this was hyped up as tribal combat, which means no bloodline interference, and then the match ended via bloodline interference, and bloodline interference of the least logical variety at that, you are unfortunately left with not a very good match. Had Roman and Jey simply wrestled for the title of Tribal Chief, this probably would have had a greater chance of success. If only, I don't know, somebody had beaten Roman for the title or something. Number 6, LA Knight versus Bray.
Oh, I can't talk about this match. Knowing this is Bray's last match, I just don't want to shit all over it. I know they have to, but I just can't.
Wyatt, Royal Rumble. I really don't want to be negative about this for obvious reasons, but you unfortunately cannot omit this match from this list. Bray Wyatt and LA Knight's rivalry on SmackDown had split the audience, and I don't think either side of the WWE universe thought that Bray Wyatt's long-anticipated first match back in WWE would be a Mountain Dew pitch black glow-in-the-dark mini-golf match. Granted, no one knew what that would entail beforehand, and I don't think WWE themselves knew either, but an incredibly basic 5-minute match with Bray Wyatt covered in radioactive paint probably wasn't in anyone's fantasy bookings. Listen, if you really want to get that paycheck from Mountain Dew, go ahead. But I don't think the match with the highly psychological character was the one that needed the sponsorship. It just really hurts that the match that will go down as the last of Bray Wyatt's career is going to end up being this laser tag ass match. Number 5, Tyrus. All of them. If we
It's fucking time. Get fuck off, Tyrus. Fuck out of this industry. Just get the fuck lost. I hope I never see you in another place again. If you ever show up at any other company that I watch again, I will lose my fucking mind. You are a waste of fucking time. You are a waste of fucking talent. You were fine in 2012, 2013. You were fine then. You did your thing. You were Brodus Clay. You had a little bit of use, but not really thing. But you still were useful in somewhere. Here you're fucking nothing. You shouldn't be NWA World Champ. Billy Corgan's a fucking idiot for believing you could be. It's just fucking trash. Overall, unbridled trash. Fuck off, Tyrus.
If we were all being honest with ourselves, Tyrus matches would have populated this entire list. Hyperbole is the single greatest thing in the universe. I accept that, and I am prone to it. But believe me when I say, I don't think I have ever seen a worse wrestler in my entire life than Tyrus. May I present to you Tyrus running the ropes and hitting a splash on EC3. I rest my case. No one out there is watching NWA at this point, so I'm not going to pretend I am either, but let's just say that Tyrus versus EC3, Tyrus versus Matt Cardona, Tyrus versus Chris Adonis, and Tyrus versus Daga can all get banished to the shadow realm of professional wrestling. But let's be honest, they happened in NWA, so they're already there. Number 4, Baron Corbin versus...
This one makes me laugh, because this is bad in so many ways. This just, Gale Stevenson is never going to be seen again. Baron Corbin somehow took out both Olympic gold medalists in WWE history. This match was so shit.
Gable Steveson, NXT Great American Bash. There are lots of reasons why Gable Steveson is not being looked at favorably by wrestling fans at this point in time, but rest assured that his first ever match against Baron Corbin at NXT Great American Bash is certainly one of them. Now, I don't think anyone in the world could have lived up to the expectations that Gable Steveson had placed upon him. I mean, being called the next Kurt Angle is like being called the next Babe Ruth or Wayne Gretzky or Michael Jordan straight out of the draft. It's just insurmountable, but I also think it's fair to say that this match would have fallen short of even the most modest of expectations. I'm not sure why Baron Corbin would be chosen as the top prospect's first opponent, but WWE has been making that choice for years. What they haven't done, however, is end that prospect's match in a double countout, which they did here. But even with the baffling choices aside, Steveson just showed none of the charisma, poise, or technique you would hope to see out of someone who had been training for over a year, and it isn't hard to see why he seems to have been completely dropped from WWE's radar since. Number 3, The Miz versus Shane McMahon and The Miz versus Snoop Dogg, WrestleMania.
Oh, this match this is so bad, but it's so funny. Oh, this is all so funny to me. I'm sorry, I'm a heartless man, but this whole thing is funny as hell.
Mania 39, Night 2. I mean, it's not their fault. Again, this does have to appear on this list because, my god, what a cluster to happen live in the ring at WrestleMania. The Miz gets set up to have his second impromptu match in as many days. How many of you forgot that The Miz wrestled Pat McAfee at WrestleMania this year? Because I sure did. And then just when we thought we were caught in a Groundhog Day loop, who should make his return but the exiled Shane McMahon, who then immediately tore his quad and hasn't been seen since. Man, I don't want to see anyone get hurt, but this section of WrestleMania sure felt like a fever dream, didn't it? The praise I will give all this is that Snoop Dogg actually showed remarkable timing to get in the ring and take over as The Miz's opponent. I say actually as if the man isn't one of the most successful performers in the world, but that is all the praise I will give this debacle. Well, that and the fact that Snoop has a much better people's elbow than a frog splash, which is like half praise. Number 2, Jeff Jarrett versus Jeff Hardy.
This is a fucking shit show. This is a fucking train wreck. This show has been all AEW. Hold on, I'm gonna count how many. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then so 5 times AEW's been on here. WWE's been on here a few times, and there's Tyrus.
Hardy. 8.
But this match should be number 1. I don't care. This match should be number 1. This is a fucking shit show.
AEW Fight for the Fallen. Now, I know some people, including the ones I can see from my desk in the office, thought this match was a WrestleCrap masterpiece and shouldn't have been included on this list because of it, but I will simply not be coerced into believing this was anything but the worst thing AEW has put to screen all year. Leatherface appears and tries to murder Karen Jarrett. Jay Lethal hits Jeff Hardy with an actual hammer while Jeff is fighting Satnam Singh in overalls, and that's ignoring all the shit that happened backstage. I think for the most part, AEW does a pretty solid job integrating their sponsors into their shows. Better than WWE with their Ruffles War Games this and their Zombie Lumberjacks that, but I can't sit here and trash the zombies and then turn around and excuse this. There is entertainment to be gleaned from all of these matches, but holy shit, did this one make it hard for me. And number 1, Raw.
No. Look, this can be on here. But Jeff Jarrett versus Jeff Hardy is by far way fucking worse than this. By a fucking country mile. Jeff Hardy and Jeff Jones is way worse than this match.
Ronda Rousey versus Shayna Baszler, SummerSlam. If there is one thing I hate in wrestling more than horribly transparent sponsorships, it is worked MMA. You see, a lot of MMA is actually quite boring. Two people grapple, they go to the ground, they try and grab a hold, and then someone wins by decision and everyone forgets they saw it. The exciting MMA usually involves a super hot crowd, a flash knockout, a huge upset, fast non-stop action, or something of the sort. This match had none of that. What even was this match? Was it MMA? Because in MMA, you can't just roll outside the ring when you get kicked in the face and the referee doesn't get in between the fighters to ask if one of them wants to continue. Was it wrestling? Because in wrestling, you have a match tell a story, and it has ebbs and flows as a result, and this match, again, had none of that. Everyone was done with Ronda Rousey in WWE by this point. This match was just a mercy killing for her run, but the only mercy that was felt was the mercy on all of us when the bell finally rang. Happy holidays, everyone! Whee! And that's our...
God damn it. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you thought of this reaction video in the comments. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Thank y'all for watching. I'll see y'all for the next one.